Hi, love. I'm going to share something with you today. I will speak more on Moses, but I want to talk about Tony Evans too. I followed Tony Evans and I followed Carlton Pearson. I like both of those preachers teaching. You know, we all got our things that we like. So I liked it, Carlton Pearson, and I also liked it, Tony Evans. But I patterned my life. Well, I didn't pattern. I just looked in Exodus and I started reading about Moses. And I found out so many things that Moses was doing that I've done in my life. And, I had a call on my life and I resisted it when I was a young woman. I told the Lord to take the gift back from me because I didn't want it. At that time, I had a discerning spirit. I was young then. And a baby was crying. I was in Milton, Florida. And this baby was crying. And I told the lady, I said, let me pray for the baby. After I tried to give the baby a piece of candy and he wouldn't take it. I knew then he was sick. I knew God was speaking to me. And she told me, no, you can't pray for him. I'm going to wait and ask the pastor to pray for him. And by me being a young Christian, it just broke me and tore me apart. And some of you all still where I was at that time. Everything come at you melt and fall apart. But you can't do that when God got a call on your life. You got to go through some things in order to pass the test. I went to nursing school. I went to cosmetology school. I had to pass the test. And then I had to get people to take with me down to Tallahassee to take that cosmetology test in order to get my license. So there is a pattern that we have, that the way God do it, but God's ways are not our ways. Sometimes we just try to pick up on things that we learned about God and try to implement them. But now people ain't trying to do nothing God said in the Bible. They was faking a lot of it during that time, but now they wide open. But Moses heard from God. God had a talk with Moses. God took Moses up on the mountain, gave him assignment in Exodus. And I liked some of those scriptures because they set well with my soul. Like Exodus, the 20th chapter and the second verse. It said, love the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your heart. And then the third chapter said, you shall have no other God before him. You shouldn't have no other God before God. And we'll let everything and anything stop us from loving God. We'll just do stupid things. I've been there. Okay? I've been there. But Moses was a young man. He went through some stuff. Moses was, I remember I read somewhere where Moses was a good man. And I learned something when Moses killed that Egyptian man for striking a Hebrew man, slave. Well, he struck a Hebrew slave. And Moses got rid of him. Okay? So we all go through some stuff, but even though you done went through all of the worst of your life and did some awful thing, God still can use you. You're getting beat upside the head when you go through all that stuff. God is on your side. He's trying to let you knock yourself back into some understanding of who he is and how he brought you through things. And Moses was 80 years old, and God called Moses at the age of 80. And Moses was upset because he couldn't talk. I know you understand where I'm coming from. Moses couldn't talk. And God knew Moses didn't want to do it. So he gave Moses Aaron so Moses could stop all the excuses. I'm just waiting on my Aaron so I can get better. I'm not going to have no excuse. I know better. No, I don't have an excuse not to do what God is telling me to do, okay? But anyway, I read all that and I understand how Moses felt in some of the things that he went through. I understand that. But and Tony Evans, I heard some things about him, but I also loved Tony Evans. I loved his preaching. And nobody perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I want to be perfect in love because that's what God wants for us, to love each one another as he have loved us. So that's my calling, to be able to try to help us to mend our ways to the Lord. I think he wants me to share. A lot of people know me. I will, I don't take a whole lot of bull. No, I get right to the point. And I've done that all my life. That was a part of my life, and I didn't know how to change it. Some of the things I did was because of the pain that I was going through. Like I said, when you're in pain, you will inflict pain on others. But now I'm not in pain, and I don't want to inflict pain. I'm in love with God, and I want to give love to everybody. I want to give love to everybody. I pray for Tony Evans, and I pray for all the people that are being rounded up and hurt through this administration. I pray for our world. I pray for the craziness that's going on. I ask God, what can I say? What do we do? And I know we got to just stand right now, because the world have done so much and put so much in the university that it's just exploding right now. I pray because I don't understand all things. I don't understand a lot of things that are happening. I pray, but I also know too that this university has got to get rid of some of that stuff that it has elected and collected, and we got to be better peoples to each other and to ourselves. We got to first love ourselves. When we love ourselves, we won't keep hurting others, because what you do to me come back to you. So we got to get that in our mind, in our spirit, so we can reprogram what's going on in the universe and be made whole. We all have to be whole at the same time. We will continue to go in the ways that we are going in the way that we are going. And I just understand some of it, and I have to let God help me with some of it. And I'm continuing to grow. We all need to grow. If you're not growing, you better get on your journey and start seeking God for a revelation that you need. And I want you all to just stand strong. Don't take all this to heart, because it's nothing you can do about it. But put good energy out there. And we can do that. We can put good energy out there, and that's what we need now, good energy. So I'm saying to you all, forget what's going on that you think going on. You think going on, you don't know. Forget that and just start putting good energy out into the world. We're going to be better. We're going to be better peoples. We're going to love each other. We're going to take care of each other. And God going to take us through this thing, through this storm. We're going through a storm because we've done planted so many seeds of hate. And that stuff is coming up. Now everybody's seeing it. The whole world is seeing it. And they don't want to say it. We done booked up. They don't want to say that. But until the church and these so-called preachers, you can tell them when God called. But the one went, God exposing them now. They brought this into existence, preaching it every Sunday and lying to the people. I just want you to get that. And I thank God for you all. And you all have a blessed day. Okay.